Yay. Okay. So we wanted to talk to you guys about like inviting, just because that's been a topic I feel like a lot of girls on our team have brought up a lot. I know Megan's like coaches have said they need help with that too. And like that's one of the scariest things when you're starting out as a coach, like how to invite and just the whole inviting process. It's like, oh my gosh, this is weird, like social media. I don't know any of these people. But there's been a couple really good national wake-up calls on this. I've kind of come up with my own strategy of like how I do my invites, and like all of it is working well for me. So I'm just going to talk about like the different ways that you can invite people. So one thing really good that I heard recently was, oh my gosh, that dog.
Max, he's my mom and dad's pup.
One really good thing was just that it's different for everyone. Like for every single person, inviting can totally look different. Like I know the recent national wake up call, the coach on there had said she hated inviting like by just kind of like cold call inviting. Like after you're messaging someone for a while, this is what I do. And I just bring it up if the topic kind of goes to that. So like we're talking about health and fitness, or we're talking about something in that sort of topic mindset. And then I'll transition to like, do you have a fitness routine? Do you work out or something like that? And then I'll be like, well, this is what I do. And this is what I host every month as a coach. Like if you're struggling in these areas, like I would love for you to join us some month. Like, do you want to learn more about it? But what this coach started doing that I just heard like from the national wake up call, I think 2 weeks ago, she said she hated that. And that was like too much for her. And she just wanted to be super casual. So what she started doing was she would have a challenge like every day. And sometimes she'd just make up a challenge. It'd be like a fitness challenge or something like that. Or even like a clean eating challenge or a water challenge. She'd reach out to like a random person who's either a follower or like somebody who liked her picture or one of her posts, or like, I think watched her story, and she'd be like, hey, their name, like Amanda or whatever. And she'd be like, my team of girls or my coach and I are doing a wall sit challenge today, and we're seeing who can do the most amount of wall sits, and we're just reaching out to people, trying to get everyone active and like fit and like moving. And then she would ask them like, how many can you do? And so you can do the same kind of idea with really anything. You can be like, hey, I'm doing this challenge with my team today, and we're reaching out to everyone and anyone we can and trying to see who can drink the most amount of water today, or who can like eat the least amount of sugar or something. Like you can do anything, push-ups. And so what's really cool about that is it opens up the conversation automatically in like a really fun and like natural way, where you're just like throwing this out there, and then it'll have them start talking about their health and fitness. Like right off the bat, they'll be like, oh my gosh, like I can't do any push-ups. Like, no way, Jose, like thanks, but no thanks. And then you can jump in and be like, well, why not? Like, what's going on? Like, why can't you do a push-up? They'll be like, I just had 4 babies or something. And then you can talk about the opportunity. Just had 4 at once. And then like same thing goes for like, if they can do it, then you're like, oh my gosh, you'd be such a good coach. Like you can just take the conversation to like new places in a really easy way. So like that's one strategy you can do. And then like for me, like I kind of already explained a little bit, what I do is I just like to naturally like get to know people, like reach out to people every single day, like new people. Like I do 10 reach outs a day. And then when I like feel like the conversation has gotten to a point where we've like exchanged about 5 messages back and forth, I will just kind of like bring up a new topic of health and fitness or clean eating or something like that. We probably talked about that by now, especially because my page and like as coaches, like people will start to get to know your pages as like sort of like a lifestyle or health and fitness page. And so oftentimes that's originally what I'll go to. I'll be like, I noticed you're a yoga teacher, or you're a yogi too. Like, is yoga your fitness, or is that like your workout, or what's yoga for you? It's really all about like asking questions. And something really good I heard from Chelsea Pearson on the National Wake Up Call yesterday, she just said like, as coaches, the best thing that we can do is literally like ask questions to every single person we come into contact with. Like try to like talk less and just ask more questions, because that'll make the person you're talking to feel heard. It'll make them like feel understood, make them feel seen and known. And then like in that process, you'll get to know them, and then you'll make that connection and the invite will just come naturally. Like it'll flow so organically, which is like what we all want, because none of us want to be salesy. Like none of us want to sound awkward. So that's what I do, is like I just do like the basic old natural way. And the cool thing about this, like I already said, like there's so many different ways to invite people. Like if you don't like what you're doing or what you felt like you've been doing or what you're told to do, the cool thing about coaching is like you can create your own way. Like that girl didn't like coaching, who I heard on the National Wake Up Call, or not coaching, she didn't like inviting. And so she created this new way of inviting that was natural for her. So like you can do that same thing. And then if it works, you can share it with everybody else, you know, like you can share it with your own team or whatever. So that's one way. And then another thing I wanted to talk about with invites is just kind of like your vibe with inviting. Cassie, if you know who Cassie's a really awesome coach. She is Carly, my coach's success partner. But she talked about this and it blew my mind. They're like, your mindset and your vibe, like how you act and like your kind of like where you're at in this moment in time will definitely like pour through your invite. Because if you're reaching out to someone and you feel very fearful, or you feel maybe like a lack of abundance, you feel like needy, like this person, like you need this person to join you, or you need them to like be the person, help you like hit your goals, like it's just not really gonna work. It's not gonna feel good. And as weird as that sounds, or like maybe like voodoo or whatever, like I totally believe in it now because of what I've experienced, like because I've been in that negative mindset and I've been in places where I don't feel like there's abundance in my life, or that I'm just trying to reach out to this person, like to get to Success Club. And so like I want to emphasize being in like a good mindset and good, having those like good vibes while you're reaching out. And so for me, like I do all my reach outs and all my invites to every group and every like coach thing or whatever it is, a free group, in the morning, like right off the bat, right after I read my personal development, because I think I just like spit across my room, but because I want to be in that good mindset, and like my personal development fills me up, and then it gives me all this confidence. It gives me like some belief in myself. I don't know, like it gives me so much. So if I do my invites and my reach outs right after that, it gives me this like fire to kind of just go and like make it happen. Another really good thing to do is like drink Energize. Drink pre-workout. Like you can even do your reach outs or your invites while you're waiting to like get that energized to kick in, and then like do your workout right afterwards. But that way, like you're just pumped up and you're excited. Like if you go out into the world and you share about these things you're thinking about and you're inviting with passion and excitement or a love or belief in like what you're doing, even if that person says no, like, or even if they say they don't want to be a part of what you're doing, just having that passion, just having that like positive mindset and inspiration will like be something giving to them and something inspiring to them. They'll want to come back. Like they'll just be attracted to you and like your presence and who you are. And so the no will turn into a yes later on down the road, or it'll be like a not yet. That's what I always call my no's, especially when I was first starting out. I had to say like, it's not a no, it's just a not yet, because like, believe me, like I had a girl just, I think a few days ago, reach out to me and said, hey, you messaged me 1 year ago. She never said a word back to my message. It was an invite. And then she reached back out to me on Instagram and was like, you reached out to me. I wasn't ready, so I didn't message back. I was afraid. And now she's like ready to sign up for a group. And I was like, what the heck? But that's what happens. And like, if I hadn't have sent that invite or messaged her and given that reach out, it was a very like positive one. Like it was one where I felt like I was in a good mindset and I was very genuine about it. I truly just wanted to help her. Then like none of that would have happened. She wouldn't come back to me, and then she wouldn't have the opportunity. So like by stepping out of our comfort zones and by being like confident and taking that leap of faith, we're actually like giving so many people the opportunity and the ability to be better, or to like be their best selves. To do amazing things, you know, and get healthier. So yes, Megan, it also plants the seed when you post your call to actions. Yes. So always post something that's scary, because it just means like you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's growth, and that's good. So lastly, I just wanted to talk about reverse engineering your goals. So this kind of goes in hand with invites and reach outs, because in order to like hit certain goals in your business, like let's say Success Club numbers, specific ones, like if you just want to hit Success Club 5 because you want to pay for your Shaco, or you want to help, like 5 people a month, that's Success Club 10. It's really important to be able to like do that capably. And like for a while I felt like I was, as a coach, throwing spaghetti on a wall and like hoping that something would stick with the invites and like the numbers of people that I was inviting and reaching out to. I just never felt like I had a grasp on it. And it's literally so simple. You just have to do like a little bit of basic math, which like I'm not good at math. Megan's amazing at math. She's a math teacher. But it's so simple. Like, so you just, the odds are, which the reason like we say this is because it's worked for so many other coaches. The odds are 1 in every 10 reach outs or invites, 1 in every 10 invites, so like invites to a group, will say yes, and will end up signing up for your like paid challenge group. So if you think about it, if I'm going to hit Success Club 5, that's 3 people. So how many conversations do I have to have? 30. Because 1 in every 10 will sign up. So if that's your goal, then reverse engineer it and say, okay, this month I have to have 30 invites. And like, that's all you have to do then. Like, it makes things so simple. And I mean, the odds aren't always perfect. So I like to aim a little bit above, but like, honestly, I say to you guys, like, test this out and see what happens. Like last month, I tried this, I experimented. I was having a really hard time hitting Success Club, and I wanted like 1 more girl to sign up. So I went through all of my old messages, my old contacts, and I was like, I'm going to reach out to 10 girls and invite them to my group. And I got 1 girl to sign up, and I was like, this works. It's amazing. Like, it's so true. So then if you want to hit like Success Club 5, you can do the math. Have 50 conversations if you want to hit Success Club. Oh wait, no, 5. Sorry, I just said that wrong. If you want to hit Success Club 5, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's
my mom, guys.
Hi. Hi, Mama Leslie.
You see the resemblance?
I'm just struggling with math over here. I was like, I basically just said the same thing twice, but you guys get the point, I'm pretty sure. So I think that's all I had to share right now. If you want to take it over, Megan, and then we can do a little Q&A.
Sure. It's all mine.
Bye.
So I'm just going to talk with you guys real quick about planning your month. So Leanna hit on, reverse engineering your goals, how to invite people and everything. And the way to invite with confidence is to know exactly when you're doing what with your month. And that starts with a plan, a calendar. This is what I had to print off if you hopped on quickly, or if you hopped on at the beginning, because as you can see, I'm at my parents' house and I don't have my usual, what's the word I'm looking for? Office setup. I have 2 dry erase calendars, one for the current month and one for the future month. So right now in my apartment, I have a March calendar and an April calendar. My April calendar is already planned off. So what I'm going to try and do now with you guys is go through memory of what I have on my April calendar and kind of take you through my process of this. Because once you plan out your month, you can confidently invite all month long. You know how we say in our meal plans, if you plan to fail, you're failing to plan? Same thing applies to coaching. If you do not plan out your months, then you're essentially planning to fail with your goals. And the cool thing about coaching is that your month is entirely up to you. Your success in this business is up to you. You don't need to follow what Leanna and I do. I'm going to show you guys like a template. I'm going to show you what mine might look like, but you don't have to follow it at all. More than welcome to. That's why we're sharing it with you guys. But you don't need us to give you the go ahead on anything. You want to run a free group, run a free group. Like, that's incredible. Take the initiative and do it. And so like I said, this outline I'm going to show you guys is just a guideline, just an outline, totally not required. Amanda, I just saw yours. It's okay. We all eat. We all stuff our faces. Don't worry about that. And just to, just like we say in our challenge groups, and just like we say to our clients and people working through these programs, like, 80% of your results come from planning proper nutrition. Like 80% of your success in this business will come from proper planning. Plan your month so you can hit Success Club early and not have this like frantic end of the month struggle when you're at SC2 or SC4 and it's like, oh my gosh, like I want to hit Success Club 5, that's my goal, and inviting like crazy in the end of the month. So you invite like crazy in the beginning of the month. And I'm going to kind of take you guys through my thought process and what my month looks like. And if you have a calendar handy, I'm going to give you a second to take it out because you're going to want to maybe jot down some things as I go through it. And so basically, success in coaching comes from rinsing and repeating, doing the same thing over and over again, doing the same small actions consistently. So we talk about our power hour. We talk about the vital behaviors, doing those every single day. I promise if you commit to those every single day, you will find success. If you commit to your workout, your personal nutrition, if you commit to inviting, if you commit to sharing these programs with people, like you will find success in this business. I can almost guarantee you that. I don't like the word guarantee. I teach statistics. Nothing is certain. So every month you're going to plan and execute these 3 things. A free group. Every month a free group. Every month a Beachbody challenge group. And every month a sneak peek into challenge groups and or coaching. I like doing both kind of at the same time. I find it lets me invite twice as many people to the same group and then give them double the information, if that makes sense. So I'm talking to somebody who's interested in the challenge group. I'm talking to another person who's interested in coaching. I can invite them both to the same group. And then whoever is interested in the challenge group is also learning about coaching and vice versa. So I really like that idea. So how do we do it? The process of how to successfully, go through those 3 things is you're going to promote it and expose it. So you're going to post about it. You're going to invite about it. You're going to execute it. So then you're going to, get people into your group. And then I've just posted on my team page a picture of like a little funnel type thing. And you can think about this, the 3 big things as like a funnel. So, free group is like everybody, and then it narrows down a little bit into your Beachbody challenge group, and then it narrows down a little bit more into the people who want to join you as coaches and like do this with you. So we're going to, deposit people down that funnel as the month goes on. And then just repeat it. Like every month you just repeat it. It's the coolest thing ever that it works that way. So our April 21-day group, accountability group, is going to start on the 9th. The 9th is going to be our prep week. So, we're going to do a joint again with our team. So if you guys want to jot down, like 9th is the day that we're starting that, but it's prep week. So that means, you're inviting like crazy from now, like literally the second we hang up on this call until probably like the 11th or 12th. And I wouldn't, you could, because we're going to do it a little differently this month, and I'm going to talk to my team, and I'll let Leanna talk to her team about that later. But typically I'll invite or I'll do signups until about the Wednesday of prep week. So right now I got on the 9th, prep week written down. I got the 16th, week 1, 23rd, week 2, and 30th, week 3. So those are the first things I jot down. I also write down on my calendar at home the 1st and 3rd Sundays for our team Root to Rise calls, and every single Monday night for our team Fight to Finish calls. So those are on my calendar at home, and I actually color code them. I have like 10 different dry erase marker colors that I do with that. So then, what I typically like to do is a free group the week before prep week. And that's where you will start inviting tomorrow to a free group. And if you've never run them before, guys, they're so simple. They're so easy. I know Gigi's got a great one going on right now, and it can literally be about whatever you want it to be about. My typical go-to is like a vegan eating group or a plant-based eating group, because that's what brings a lot of people to my page. But I've also done some, I did in the fall, like a healthy back to school group for teachers, as well as, moms who have kids going back to school, and just like that transition into the routine. Literally like 5 minutes before this call, I jot down a few ideas for free groups. So if you've never done one, you can do vegan eating, you can do a clean eating group, you can do a hydration group, you can do a miracle morning, yoga group, mindfulness, hair and makeup, fashion, radical self-love, authentic community and wellness, accountability, a raw free group. I love that idea, Gigi. That's incredible. But guys, like, it doesn't have to be complicated, and it should be fun. Like, you can literally pick your 3 favorite yoga poses or, transitions of sequences and just show a little video of each of them every day. But it's a way for you to connect with these people on a little bit of a deeper level, especially your cold market. So you invite them to a free group. They get to know you. They say, wow, you're a really cool person. I want to hang out with you more. And then at the end of your free group, so for example, if I were to do a free group, I can't write on this. Whatever it may be, next week. So I'll jot it down. I typically run them 3 to 5 days. I wouldn't do any more than 5 days. It's free. So be careful with what you're putting your time into. Like, it should be fun. It should be engaging, but shouldn't be super stressful. I will start inviting this Thursday, so tomorrow. And I'll post, if you're posting 3 to 5 posts on your Instagram every single day, then one of those every day will be about your group. And it'll be something as casual, like, leave me a little plant emoji below if you want to join my free plant-based eating group next week. We're going to share a bunch of recipes. I'll go live and share you my videos. And my hope is on Monday, you do a meatless Monday or something simple like that. And I'll post about that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, intermix with all my other daily posts and all my other brands that I'm sharing on my page. And then we'll go Monday through Thursday, Monday through Friday, whatever you want with your free group. Towards the end of your group is when you say, hey, like, if you enjoyed this community and want to chat more, I'm opening up, this group, the people in this group are the, get the first spot in my 21-day accountability group. The people in this group get like first dibs to it. And I would suggest just doing a live video talking about it. Say, hey, like, if you loved the sense of community, I'm opening up applications to our month-long accountability group. We have daily workouts. We share our sweaty selfies. We share so many more healthy meals and shake ideas. I'd share a video of that and say, you guys get first dibs because you're in this group with me. We've got to know each other. I love the momentum we have. Message me if you want to join or if you want to talk more or something like that. And then I'd also do a poll. Polls in Facebook are great for those groups because maybe they couldn't hop onto your video yet. And you could say, like, thanks so much for joining us this week. I love sharing, all my healthy meals with you guys. I'd love to know where you stand now. And it's like, option 1, I want to join you for the rest of the month, like, sign me up. Option 2, I haven't checked out your video yet, but I will today. Option 3, like, keep me in mind for next month or something like that. So doing those polls, then you know exactly who to reach out to and how, and then tag the people in your group when they haven't responded to your poll. Be like, hey, what's going on? Where are you? Talk to me. So that's what that looks like. So then I also, when I'm not in season, so this is what my month of April looks like right now. I did remember to bring this calendar. Every single one of those days I have a game, which means I have like 14 to 16 hour days. And so it's super inconsistent for me right now. But when I'm not in season, I do a coach and challenge group sneak peek like every single week. And it's just pre-scheduled, and I've played around with a lot of different ideas, like failing forward, trying to figure out what works. Right now, I'm really enjoying the 2-day sneak peek, the Q&A afterwards. But what I do at a minimum is week 2 of our challenge group. Week 2 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday-ish, do a sneak peek into coaching. And making sure to, invite about that days beforehand and not just post like on your Instagram, I'm hosting a free sneak peek into coaching once, because not a lot of people are going to see that. So this idea of, I'm inviting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday leading up to my Monday start. I'm not just posting about it. Everybody I talk to on my in my direct messages, everybody I reach out to, I'll invite them to that free group. I'll invite them to that coaching sneak peek. I'll invite them to that challenge group sneak peek one-on-one. Just say, do you think that's something that could help you reach your goals? Something super simple like that. So I think that's all I had. And then you just rinse and repeat. You do it again next month. So next month, the accountability group would start on the 14th, most likely. Looking at my calendar just now offhand, I don't have it in front of me. And so at the 14th, so that means the 7th through 11th, do a free group leading up to that. 14th starts prep week, so it gives you so much time to hit your goals, guys. Group prep parties. Yes. So challenge group prep parties is another way to, boost the engagement and people interested in your challenge group. So you invite them to your prep party. The only ones I've hosted have been, I think, on a Sunday evening, which worked really well. And I think I did one on like a Thursday night, but it's kind of like a happy hour style. And so you get together with maybe, 6 coaches, 3 coaches or something, and you each take a little snippet and you spend an hour where you'll pre-schedule transformation posts and transformation stories. So at 6 o'clock, I'll post like my story with my transformation picture. At 6:10, Leanna will post hers. At 6:20, somebody else will post theirs. So every 10 minutes for an hour in that group, you're, showing all of these stories from all different walks of life, people who have gone through these programs, and most of them have signed up as coaches now, and it's sharing their stories and everything. And then you spend the next hour doing live videos, 10-minute live videos talking on every single topic there is to know about coaching and or challenge groups. And then at the end of the hour, you say, okay, signups begin now. And you send them emails, whoever joined with you, say email the coach that invited you to this group. They'll get you signed up. Signups happen, are starting right now. You guys get first, dibs on the group. Those have been super fun too, and it's great because it's just one night, and if you can get everybody to commit to that one night, it's super smooth and it's super fun. So, any other questions? I know there's a lot I talked through pretty quickly, but I think and
the prep party I also just wanted to bring up because it was something that I did originally. Someone came up with it, a coach came up with it because they didn't like this long drawn out process of emailing back and forth, and she had a lot of clients to sign up, and so she's like, okay, everybody join this group. It's going to be like a party, like bring your wine, bring your blankets, like whatever, like get cozy, join us for a night. And they all did all these live videos like back to back to back, and it was just like so fun because it was just fast and like getting them done, and then they're sharing all their transformation. So it's just tons of like inspiration, tons of excitement, and like liveliness, and that just like gets people like ready to sign up because you're all passionate and like fired up and talking about how you're all teamed together. Like I hosted one where a couple of my coaches came to my house in Nashville, and it was so fun because the girls wanted to sign up because they saw all of us together, and they were like getting so stoked that like that's something they could be a part of. So if you guys are like locally near each other, that's like that totally works, and it's something so fun to do. And again, it's like one night, so if you're really low on time for that month, like it's just another group option out there. But like again, if it's something that you're like, oh my gosh, that stresses me out, I don't like fast things, and like don't do it. Like do something that you love doing.
Going off of that, like the group atmosphere, seeing you guys together, like when we were at the retreat, my numbers like blew up because they could see that like we're real people connecting with each other. So like Summit is going to be huge. If you guys are thinking about it, like you definitely should get together with us down there, because we'll do another one there, I'm sure. And like just seeing that we don't just take selfies all day long is great for people to see that experience too. So Gigi, you said you had a question about cold market and inviting. So if someone doesn't respond to your message at all, do you keep them on your list and follow up with them later, or do you not direct follow up but keep showing up in comments, likes? Honestly, I don't follow up with them if they don't respond to me at all. And honestly, they usually come back at some point. Like I've had a bunch of people in the last 2 weeks or so message me, and I scroll back up and I'm like, who are you? And it's like, oh, I sent that message to you like 6 months ago. Like, thanks for following up. And so oh, we only have 10 more minutes. Okay. I don't follow up with them. Leanna, I don't know if you do anything differently. I don't keep track of it.
No, same thing for me. Like a lot of times I'll see like someone will respond to my story, my Instagram story, and I'll be like, oh, who is this girl? And I'll scroll up and see if we had a conversation, and it's like, oh, there was an invite in there like somewhere, and then she never responded back to my message. And so I'll always like bring it up. I'll be like, so did you ever get my email? So did you ever like want to tell me where you're at with your health and fitness goals? Like I just use it as an excuse to like restart the conversation. But does anybody have questions about like the planning, your month, or like groups or anything, literally anything we've talked about? We have 9 minutes.
No questions? Nothing? You can either speak it if you want to unmute yourself, or you can type it in too.
Yeah.
Yes, Gigi, I've been meaning to post those in the page. There are templates for Clean Week. It's all, if you go to your Coach Online office, and it's like monitor my business. There's challenge group tools, and Beachbody literally for every single program they have has daily posts, including a 7-day prep week for every single program they have. Now I know I've used, Cassie put it together from, I can't remember the name of her, Team Gratefully Fit. She is partners up with Carly a lot. She put together like a PDF style of everything you need for Clean Week, and I've sent that out to people as well. So I will make a note to share that in our. Oh, that's Leanna. I'm like, whose question is that? If you guys have any other questions, we've got like 7 minutes left. Anything at all?
I kind of posted this in the very beginning, but something that I did when I started coaching, like right off the bat, I would go to YouTube and I like looked up random coaches that inspired me, or I would literally just Google like coaches month or planning month. Like if you look up Melanie Mitchell, she'd be a great one. I can type her name in the bottom, but she's the #1 coach in our network. And so she's like basically a CEO master. Like she's just so good at running her business. And I just watched a video with her, and she just explained how she runs her month. And it's so simple, and it's so intelligent and so like intentional. So like I encourage you to look her up if you like don't feel like you have a grasp on like how to plan your month and you want something a little bit more tangible. Just like that's how I started planning my month, because I had no clue. So I would literally just go look up coaches who had successful businesses, and I would copy what they did.
So, Amanda, it's for everybody, and you can totally get like whatever you're saying about your getting your business together. Like you can totally do that by the time summer comes around too. But yeah, it's open for all coaches. You should totally go. I'm so excited. I was looking at flights just this week.
Chad and I are gonna drive down. I'm so excited. Or up north, because it's in Indianapolis.
So Gigi says, do you overlap college for coaching and accountability groups? Not usually. Usually I'll do them separately. Unless it's for something like the group, like if I'm doing a sneak peek into both of them, then I'd be like, have you ever been interested in, you know, what is a challenge group? What are my workouts like? What do I do as a coach? So I do that for a sneak peek, but if it's a specific call to action, like I'm opening up assignments for April group, I only do it for the challengers. So I guess kind of. I don't know, Leanna, do you have anything?
I feel like I always think about if it's going to be confusing for the person who's reading my post and being interested in what I'm doing, then I don't do like a kind of like an overlap. I don't know, I kind of try to dedicate out specific nights. Like I did a call to action post for my upcoming group on Monday night. And then I think it was on Saturday night, I did like a coach call to action for a group that Megan and I were hosting this week. So I try to make mine separate, just because if I were the person reading it, I think it would be confusing for me to like know what I was talking about.
And same day. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You're, sharing 3 to 5 times per day, like definitely within same day. Yeah.
And sometimes I'll even like do a call to action on my Instagram stories, and then later that night I'll do a call to action in like a different group or for a different group, or even for the same thing. Like, but yeah, try to use like both stories and your posts or Facebook. Like just try it all, see what works, and then whatever does, like keep doing that.
Any more questions?
Anything
under 5. All right. Well, if you guys are good, we can wrap this up. Yeah, I'll get the recording downloaded and share it with Leanna. She'll share it with her team, and I'll share it with mine. We can catch up on that later.
Yay.
All right. Well, thanks for spending your Wednesday evening with us. I hope you guys found that helpful, and do it again soon.
Well, have a great night, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.